Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. And as you can see, we have a double trailer here at Walmart in Clovis. Our main job for today is taking home supplies down through Roswell. We're going to hang a left on I-82 and get to the Best Buy in Hobbs. There's also sort of a seasonal event going on where we can deliver some gifts. Depending on how long this episode is, we may take one of those as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get on the open road here. Should be a quick and easy pull out of Clovis here. And we'll have to navigate this double trailer. It's kind of a little sketch to get out of here with that double articulation, but we should be okay if we just round the outside here and then cut the inside here. We're going to be making a right turn. Nope, we're going to be making a left turn and then heading straight. So this may be a little bit challenging to get across the intersection here, but we will do our best. Looks like we've got some cross traffic here, but no worries, we'll be able to go after the station wagon. And of course they have a red light, which is going to stop our forward momentum. We shouldn't have to sleep during this mission. Should be able to drive straight to Hobbs, right on the Texas border there. Let's go ahead and peek out a bit. This ambulance will drive on by and we'll pull out straight here. And then we'll be making the right turn here. We're blocking traffic a bit, but right turn on red. So we'll come to a complete stop and carry on. There we go, nice and easy, just like that. Oh, sorry, had our four-ways on. Now we can actually use our turn signals. Just a stop sign here, then we'll be heading out of town and on down the road. Now we've seen Roswell before, so that's not going to be a big thing, but once we pass Roswell, we should be able to get to uncharted territory. Come on there, Prius. Awesome. But thanks again for tuning in to another episode of American Truck Simulator. We only have a few cities left to see in New Mexico. It has been fun indeed, and I guess the question would be, once we complete all of the cities, we see all the cities, did you want me to continue American Truck Sim and go all around and continue our career as such, or did you want me to swap up games, see what I could find, and continue on from there? I'm open to either way. I do enjoy American Truck Simulator for sure, and it's been really cool interacting with everyone and seeing New Mexico in a new light. Hopefully we hear something about future DLC soon. From the rumor mill and the things that I've seen on the forums, I think it was like February or March whenever they officially announced New Mexico last year. So if there is another state, and I guarantee there's another state in the works, but we're not sure exactly what state that is until we actually see it. Oh, hello, rain. Oops. Let's see if we can get our windshield wipers going here. There we go. So how often does it rain in New Mexico, I wonder? It looks like a sporadic rainstorm. It doesn't look like it's going to be too heavy. For realism's sake, I'm not going to turn on the cruise control, but we can get up to 65, which we will do so. I just won't turn on the cruise, and we'll be sure to modulate our throttle as such. Once we get into Roswell, we'll be under city anyway, city limits. And then I think we'll be clear to go on to Hobbs from there. But definitely looking for some input on what to do after this series is done, because there are only 3 or 4 more cities to see in New Mexico. What I can do is I can just hop in a standard car and drive around New Mexico in the places that we haven't seen yet, sort of be a sightseeing tourist, or we can just pick up the career, do some longer hauls, say from New Mexico all the way to Northern California, make some money that way, and who knows, maybe by the time by the time we see these cities, there's going to be some extra stuff to see. There we go, 45 miles an hour through here. There is time to say goodbye to your old pal. Yeah, that's an old CRT TV. I don't think anyone still has a CRT TV. Oh, come on, man. Oh, 15 miles an hour. I see. I see. Well, it flashed for a bit. There we go. Then now it's 15 miles an hour. And then we'll pick up to 45 right here, just past the train tracks. Luckily, there was no police officer there to sort of impede our progress. And I think we're clear in the right-hand lane. We'll just move on over there. Move on over, according to the cows. There we go. Orsolia with $6 grand in the bank. We still need to get the next garage purchased here in New Mexico and start making money that way. I do have enough to open up a garage and buy a truck and hire another driver. So that's certainly something that I can do for my own career's sake. This game, once it snowballs and you get another garage open and you buy a few trucks and get all that income coming in, it's pretty hard to go bankrupt past that point. It's real sketchy when you first start, especially if you don't take out any loans and you just do freight jobs for other companies. You know, you only get paid, you know, $1,500, $2,000 per run, and a speeding fine is $1,000, or if you run a red light, you know, it almost makes the trip not worth it. And while you're, you know, in the early game when you're driving for these other companies, you end up paying money to take other jobs, which is not what you want to do. All right, so we are seeing a new highway here, a rest stop on the opposite sides here, just sort of rolling through. Got some broken down trucks here. And I believe we'll be in Roswell soon, depending on what's going on. But we can use this time to talk about what's coming up on the channel. There's a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance coming out in February. Oh, dang, this thing's really picking up. Let's turn the wipers on high, shall we? But there's a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance coming out in February that I am definitely going to bring to the channel. I don't know if I want to do a whole Let's Play every step of the way, you don't miss a thing, or come to you once a week and talk about what I've done and the quests that I've done and see what trouble we can get into. That's perfectly doable. It's one of those things where, like, a game like that, I want to play it a lot and get a lot of hours out of it, but if I'm recording for YouTube, then I forget what we do. You know, there's a lot of time in between quests. Holy crap, it got dark. Let's turn on our headlights, shall we? Man. Rolling through a thunderstorm here. Now, we do need to take this exit coming up. Whew. This is not conducive. All right, so we don't want to turn right here. We'll use him turning right so we can get over. And we will be taking this exit here to Roswell, the 285 South. Kind of a tight squeeze here as we build up our speed. I definitely didn't want to overshoot it. Hopefully we have a nice clean exit on 285. Definitely can't do 75 around this turn, that is for sure. But we will be able to pick up some speed here, and on the highway we go. So it's not often that it rains here in American Truck Simulator with the slider on the default. I haven't moved the rain chance up. You can have it to where it's 100% rain chance and you're driving essentially in Washington State at all times. I remember the never-ending rain that was in the Pacific Northwest. But we are here in Roswell, 45 mile an hour speed limit. Come on, lights, stay green for us. We gotta roll through here. Excuse me, Dodge Magnum, coming through, if you please. And down to 35 here. And it looks like we'll be caught in a red light. But doesn't this set the atmosphere? a torrential rainfall here in Roswell, New Mexico, and I know it does rain, and I imagine in the desert or these desert-like states, once it does rain, it is a muddy, slippery mess. At least Iraq was. When I was over there, we didn't get rain much, too often, but when it did, all the dirt and all the dust just turned into one big old mud slog, and there were, washouts and things that, like, your truck could literally sink up to the driver's door in. It wasn't none too good. Hopefully, old New Mexico doesn't have anything like that, but I imagine this weather is conducive to mudslides, and especially near the mountainous regions where there's a lot of hills, and if you get caught out in that is not good. But Kingdom Come Deliverance is definitely a game I want to bring to the channel, and in what capacity, I'm not sure. Maybe just an opening strategy type thing. To say once you start a game of Kingdom Come Deliverance, this is what it looks like, and this is what you can expect, and then from that flavor episode, you can see if it's a kind of game that you yourself would be interested in. Certainly if you were a fan of Skyrim or an open world game like Bethesda games or The Witcher, let's say. But the thing that sets Kingdom Come Deliverance apart from everything else is it's based in history, like actual recorded history. And so there's no magic, there's no dragons, there's only, political intrigue. There are massive battles, a lot of, skirmishers between archers and longbowmen with the knights and those that are heavily armored. Like, it's a really cool setting for a video game, and definitely an RPG. So that will definitely be coming. Also, we're plugging away with our Crusader Kings 2 tutorial for absolute beginners. I am going, screw it. We made it, haha. But we're not gonna make this one, unfortunately. But the tutorial for Crusader Kings 2 for absolute beginners is going very well. I'm still enjoying playing the grand strategy aspect of Crusader Kings, and what we're going to do is continue our campaign. Oh, looks like the rain's stopping. We're going to continue our campaign in the next game, so we'll still be the King of Ireland, or if we make it to the Empire of Britannia, we will take over as Britannia, and we'll just continue on from 1444 to 1820 in the next iteration of the Paradox games, Europa Universalis 4, which doesn't focus a lot on the personal, the actual people of your land, but the politics surrounding the countries. So making more alliances, waging bigger wars, taking more land, that sort of thing that happened during the great British colonization push that they were notorious for doing. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. As far as any other games that may be coming out, I'm really not up to speed on any more releases that are coming down the pipe. So any games that you would be interested in seeing, let me know. And if that's something that I would also be interested in bringing to the channel and playing, it's something I would definitely consider. But if it's a game that I really don't have any interest in playing, or it's been like so overdone that I'll just get lost in the sea of, YouTube searches, then I'll defer. But I could always use some suggestions for ideas. As far as Car Mechanics Simulator goes, that's mainly a placeholder between now and Daytona, because in February, the NASCAR season kicks off with the Daytona 500, and myself and Brandon are going to be bringing it back. We're doing a whole nother season with the modern drivers, so the actual 2018 drivers. We're going to get as many of those drivers in as possible. So if you watch me on Thursday, you'll be able to see those same drivers the following Saturday or Sunday racing in those paint schemes. So looking forward to that for sure. Playing some games with Brandon will be definitely fun, and we can look forward to that. So another city here. We go straight from Roswell to Artesia, and if memory serves, we are going to be turning left out of the city and heading eastward toward Texas. So I'm going to go ahead and get in the left lane here to be ready for that. I don't know if it's going to be an intersection left turn or if it's going to be a highway exit, but it looks like literally at the end of the road we can only go left or right, and we will be hanging a left. Oh, no, that's continuing on. So about halfway through town, we're going to be making our left turn here in Artesia. This is where the zombies, the zombie alert was when we rolled through here before. I don't think we've actually delivered anything to Artesia, but we discovered it. So that's really all I'm concerned about, is seeing all of the cities and checking Hobbs off our list. We'll definitely be sleeping when we get to Hobbs, cycling all of those jobs, and maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to pick up a gift or a present delivery that SCS has going here for the holidays. I think if you do 6, from what I was reading, if you do 6 gift deliveries, you earn a star hanger that would go hang right there in the cockpit in front of the windshield. And I don't actually have that DLC, so it would be interesting to see if I have access to those hanging accessories without the DLC. All right, we're making a left here. We got a green light. Let's see if no, we're not going to be able to bust through. Now, the bad part about these lights here is I can't see them, and there's no, lower light. So I have to stop way back here, and am I in traffic? No. Okay, so they did kind of plan for that. That's good. I didn't want to be blocking traffic with my second trailer there and causing a ruckus. It looks like we're about an hour and 11 minutes away, though, and I don't think we are going to have to sleep, and if we did, I wouldn't do it. There's just no reason to sleep now and run ourselves late. Hello, Ossifer. Just passing through here, the world's most happy cattle. That reminds me of those public speakers who come in and say that eating meat is bad, that everyone should be a vegan, and if you don't want to be vegan, at least see the conditions that the cows are living in so you feel bad for them. Makes me wonder what kind of conditions those cows are living in, because certainly there are some farms where the cows are so crammed, it sucks. But, I mean, they're cows. Where's your compassion, Sokka? They are living creatures. Well, they happen to also taste delicious, unfortunately. If you're vegan, no worries. That's just sort of my stance on it. I'm not going to get too political with the whole vegan thing. And I do wish vegans would just be quiet about being vegans. It's like that meme on the internet goes that, if you're vegan, you have to introduce yourself by saying, "Hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm a vegan. Nice to meet you." It's like, it's not necessary. You shouldn't rag on someone for what they eat unless it's cannibalism, which is a trait in Crusader Kings 2. It's not a good trait to have, and certainly not a good trait to have in real life, being a cannibal. But hey, if you're starving from a plane crash and your buddy has just keeled over, you gotta do what you gotta do in those survival situations. That's the only time I would condone it, and even then, it's like, that's pretty taboo. But what was that, Alive? That movie or book that was based on that plane crash in the mountains, and they had to resort to cannibalism. The Donner Party is another, actually, in United States history. This family called the Donner family was heading out west. Their wagon wheel fell off, in the Rockies, and it's in Donner Pass, and it wasn't. It was not good, let's say. If you've ever played Oregon Trail, you know what kind of things can go wrong if you're heading out west. Luckily, we're heading east in a semi, and we are among civilization, so we don't have to worry about eating anybody if we break down. Hello, oil rigs. We are getting closer to Texas, and Texas is a prime oil-making state. It's where our oil reserves are, so it's not out of the question for sure to see a bunch of oil derricks out here pumping away that liquid gold. And not the Velveeta shells and cheese liquid gold either. That black gold. And then the first thing you know, Jeb's a millionaire. The kinfolks say, Jeb, get away from there. California's a place you ought to be. So you load up the truck and head to Beverly. Hello, wind farm. That's cool. I imagine out here in pretty flat lands that a wind farm away from civilization would be quite conducive. There's the wind farms and solar farms in Germany where it's sort of licensed out to the public. Sure, there was an increase in taxes there for a bit while it was getting built, but then as Germany makes more power and sells that excess power to other places, the people who own that land and that community actually get kickbacks for providing power to the rest of the country. And it's something that would definitely be cool if we did. You know, I would definitely appreciate a paycheck for providing power to areas local. Please don't go down on me. Awesome. I always get nervous on train tracks because they really don't give you much of a warning. So you go barreling through at a top speed and all of a sudden that gate arm goes down. And when that gate arm comes down, it becomes an invisible wall. And you definitely eat the wall very quickly. So it looks like Best Buy is going to be on our left. We're going to roll into Hobbs here. And there we go. Hobbs is discovered. We are on the border of Texas here in Hobbs. And this Best Buy doesn't look done, or it looks like it's preparing for a zombie invasion. The way those walls are textured, they look like old Hesco barriers. And yeah, I just get apocalypse feeling from this Best Buy. Hopefully there are people here to take our delivery. Our delivery looks to be straight in the back, so we'll just roll on in and head to the back there. Luckily, we can use this suicide lane. Let's roll. Excuse me, U-Haul, you better stop. And in we go. Deliveries only. The loading dock is ahead. Let's turn on our four-ways here and get to the back. It looks like it's going to be a cheeky reverse into a dock. That'll end up being behind us. So we're kind of set up for the delivery, but not really. Oh, there it is. Sweet. How cool is that? Oh, because we've got a double, it's going to allow us to pull straight in. So hopefully we can pull in and get it verified. No. So let's pull all the way up, and then we are going to have to be very careful when we reverse. Don't move that steering wheel an inch. We have to keep this trailer. Oop. Please be straight. Please go straight. Please go straight. Please go straight. It's kind of wiggling a little bit. Oh man, this sucks. I didn't know we were going to be up against the wall like this. Oh, then the trailer kicked out. What kind of craziness do we have here? Yeah, the front wheels kind of spun around. All right, hold on just 1 second. I will do a long pull-up, loop around, and see if I can get this going. Just 1 second. There we go, snuggled back in like a bug in a rug. I just did a loop there in the parking lot. No need to show that off, but we have delivered here in Hobbs with an excellent delivery. $8,000 plus the $1,000 for the proficiency. We didn't level up quite yet. Let's take a look at the job market here and see if we have any presents to deliver. It doesn't look like we do. So the only city that we have left to go to is Farmington. Now, I don't believe there are any routes to Farmington here, unfortunately. Let's click off of that. Oh, hello, mobile barrier from Raton to Raton to San Diego. Holy crap, that is a drive and a half with that monstrosity. That's really cool. But if we were to look at the destination and find Farmington, let's actually go by here. And then Farmington's would be before or after the E's. So the deliveries going to Farmington as of now are Albuquerque, which expires in 14 hours, 3 minutes. We have to sleep, so we wouldn't make it. Clovis may be an opportunity. and I don't think any highway connects us to Clovis directly, unfortunately. Clovis, Flagstaff, Nogales, and that's it. So I will go ahead and sleep. Who knows what city I will be in when you see me next. Whatever goes to Farmington that I can go ahead and snipe, that would be good. I may go to Albuquerque and go ahead and buy the garage there and get a driver, get a truck, and hopefully something out of Albuquerque goes to Farmington so we can just shoot on up past Gallup and be done. But that is going to do it for me in this episode of American Truck Simulator, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the ride. But like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next American Truck Sim video. Take care.